Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. I'm GetGoodGuy, and today I'm continuing my coverage of how the time to kill or TTK patch has affected how the classes now play from a general standpoint. Today is the turn of the SMGs, as I already covered the shotguns last time out. I'll link to that video plus the other TTK related videos I produced in the description below if you've not seen them yet. And today by SMGs I essentially mean anything that isn't a shotgun, as some weapons are technically carbines, etc, but let's not make this too complex. I'll be using the term SMG for this specific video for simplicity's sake, and I won't be bogging you down with all the tiny details either. Instead, I'll be talking about how the patch has affected assault play at an obviously noticeable level according to the patch notes, what I've heard and what I've experienced. I'll then round out with my point of view on the changes overall for the SMGs. As with my coverage so far of the changes to the other classes, I've selected 4 distinctly different weapons from the class in order to provide you with a broad range of footage so you can see the differences and similarities that now exist for SMGs. Those weapons are the Riborales, the Machine and Pistol, the M1917 Trench Carbine, and the Hellriegel Factory. So we've got an out and out short to mid range carbine, a high rate of fire Face Ripper, a semi-automatic assault variant, and the original king of the SMG meta. Hopefully this gives you a solid overview of the SMG weapon archetype now the patch is in place. So what's changed for the SMGs? Well, the main thing is that on the whole, they now have a faster time to kill, making them the truly dominant close quarters weapons they should be along with the shotguns. This buff was necessary to keep them in that position, as the overall time to kill in the game has been lowered across many weapons, not just the assault class. This has been achieved by reducing the amount of bullets needed to kill an enemy for the SMGs. But there are exceptions. I believe the Hellriegel and the Automatico haven't received this buff as they essentially didn't need it. If you know of other assault weapons that haven't received the buff, please put them in the comments below, and these changes will hopefully help to bring their performance much more in line with the other SMGs. This has opened up the assault class a bit more, allowing for a wider range of viable weapon choices. Of course, there needs to be a nerf of some kind as well in order to stop the SMGs from being wildly overpowered now. That nerf has come in the form of alterations to their accuracy via increased vertical recoil. This vertical recoil nerf also applies to Storm variants, as their recoil benefits have been reduced. Couple this with high damage drop off and spread, and the SMGs should now perform specifically where they're supposed to, rather than being able to pick people off in the distance. And I also found that the increased vertical recoil seemed to affect tap or burst firing. So as with the other classes, you now need to really keep in mind the range at which you should be using your weapon in order to maximize its strengths and minimize its weaknesses. At close range, the SMGs have a strong advantage against most medic and support players, especially with the nerf to support ADS times and hipfire, but the opposite then applies at mid range. And scouts now have even less chance against an SMG at close quarters, but have a truly huge advantage at long range. And along with these general changes, there have also been a few tweaks to specific SMGs. The ones I've seen mentioned in the patch notes are the SMG-08 has had its first shot spread multiplier reduced. There have also been corrections to the recoil decrease of the Machine and Pistol and the M1917 Trench Carbine, and I did also hear that the Machine and Pistol has had its fire rate reduced, although I can't seem to find that confirmed in the patch notes. Again, put it in the comments if you actually know that as a fact. As for my opinion of the changes to SMGs, well, I'm finding them to be a lot of fun, and that's pretty much been the case so far for all the weapons I've covered. I'm really enjoying having a fresh new feel and an altered meta to get used to and try to master. Essentially, the SMGs shred people now, as you saw in the title, even more so than before, but you do also need to remain within your optimal range even more so than before in order to take advantage of the improved time to kill. In addition, I feel like these changes have also shifted certain things around within the class, as weapons such as the Riborales, the SMG-08 and the Trench Carbine now seem to have increased viability due to their versatility at range, which I really enjoy, as there currently seems to be more variation on the battlefield and thus more playstyles to adopt. We'll see how long that lasts for. But what do you think of the SMGs after the patch? Let me know in the comment section below. Are you enjoying them, and which one is your current favourite? Now we need to quickly shoot over to the Board of Awesome to show our respect to the fantastic individuals who choose to support the channel on Patreon. It genuinely helps, and I salute all of them. They have my utmost respect for trying to help out. If you want to join them on the Board of Awesome, then the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below, where you can support the channel for as little as $1 a month if you so wish, and it would genuinely make a difference to me. If not, then please don't worry about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like, favorite, and subscribe. I'm GetGoodGuy, and I'll see you next time. Laters.